Hey, I'm so excited to have you, and we're going to run through the things you can do to help your child be outstanding in school. Well, before we progress, I want to tell you that you're really trying, you're doing great already. It's not easy, even if it's just one child, it's not easy. So you're doing great already. But there are things that you can do to help your child be outstanding, to do really so much more than they are doing already. Well, it's not easy, but we have to do it. We have to do it. If you don't put in all the effort, who will? And whoever your child becomes tomorrow is 90% of what you make out of them today. So you want to make sure you're giving in your best. Don't just put them in school. Don't just drop them in school and pick them up. No, be really involved. And I bet you won't regret one bit. So I'm going to run through some things that can help you as a parent. So number one thing is the part of the school. You don't just want to take your child to school and you are not there. You don't just want to take your child to school and then you don't know whatever goes around in the school. No, that's really, really wrong. And so many parents are doing that. If you enroll your child in a school, you should be part of the school. Now, how can you be part of the school? When they have open day, you go to school. When they have forums, you go to school. PTA meetings, you go. Whatever the school is doing, orientations or any other program, and they invite parents or they call off parents, you should show up. Be part of your school. And it's only when you actually try to be part of the school that you can get to know the staff of the school. Then when you've known the staff of the school, of course, that's how you can even know those that are working directly with your own kids. So if you are not part of your child's school, well, you don't really have a say in your child's academics. You don't really have a say in your child's life. So you want to be part of the school as much as possible. No matter how busy your schedules are, look for time to do that. Okay, and then number two is communicate. I know it's not easy, but I believe virtually all schools now have communication books. I don't know if there are schools that don't use communication book, but notwithstanding, it's not easy. You have to do this, you have to do that, you have to read communication book, you have to do assignments and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you have to do it. You have to know what. Sometimes these teachers may be passing real vital information that you are not aware of. And if you don't go through your children's communication book, how do you know what is happening? And aside from you trying to know what is happening, communication book is to create a communication. Okay, yeah, I saw the message. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, I got that. I really appreciate. Respond to it. It's not okay that I know that you've gone through the communication book, but it's more honorable if I know that you went through the communication book and you reply. So many parents go through communication books without responding back to the teachers. And it's so unfair. It's not good. It's okay reading somebody's message and not responding, and the person know you read. And at times, so they could feel you have not read because you've not responded. Show them you know, show them you've read, show them you're interested, and then you respond to the message. Another thing is you want to do is set goals, set realistic goals, set realistic goals. You know children and how they can be. If you don't set goals, they'll feel like, well, I can get out, or I can walk out with any grades. And that's not acceptable for a parent that wants his or her child to be outstanding. Now, I used to have this child, oh well, it's a lot of struggle working with her. She just feels like whatever she gets, her mom is just going to be okay with it. So you just put all the effort to teach the child, and then you're not seeing her putting effort at learning or putting effort at giving it out. You can just imagine, okay, we have learned all this several times, and then exams, she just does whatever and she comes out. You know, you as the teacher, you'll be pissed that you've done all this and then you're not saying it. But it's not just about the teacher. Most often at times too, it's about the parents. What goals do you have for your child? And do you let them even know you have goals for them? Now, if you've set those goals and they know those goals and they affirm those goals, you want to let them know that there is a reward in the end. Children love things that help them to know that they're going to get something at the end of the day. If there is no reward at the end, well, maybe she may just be a passive person in the goals you've set. But if there's a reward in the end, then I think that child will be really, really involved. No, I think she will be really involved. Now, this rewards does not have to be so expensive. You don't have to break a bank, or empty your account to do this. It can be as little as giving them their favorite snack, something you know that they really look out for, or something you know that they really like. It can be as expensive as going for a vacation. You can do just little things, anything. You can take them to the zoo to see animals. You can take them to gaming centers to play games. You can take them for a sleepover at maybe their best friend's place if they have that kind of if you have that kind of relationship with the parent, or probably a family member. See, I tell you, children will really appreciate all this. It's just that we just neglect things, or we are really just too busy to do what our kids want us to do. When you set goals, realistic goals, you make them affirm it, continuously remind them of those goals, and then you put a reward. I bet you your child will put in all effort to be outstanding. Okay, another thing is do your part. You wonder what I mean by do your part. Well, I'm gonna break that down. With kids, there is so much to expect. In fact, you don't know what you're gonna do next. You could have given your child a pencil today. She comes back from school, well, the pencil is no more. It may be that she didn't even lose the pencil, but she has sharpened the pencil throughout the day and cut it finished. You don't know what to expect with kids. So you want to make sure that on every day you get your child ready for school, just try to check, do they have all their writing materials? It's be totally unfair when a teacher finishes teaching and it's time to write, and then they cannot find a pencil or a pen for your child to write, and then at that time she has to start trying to get a pen and all, or they need a notebook in the middle of the lesson, and then we realize that your child's notebook is not there, but probably should have left it at home, or just one thing or the other. I remember each lesson is within a stipulated period, so if we spend all the time looking for your child's pencil or looking for a pen or something to help your child just to be fully involved in a class, you know it's really going to affect the teaching. You may have spent 10 minutes of 35 minutes trying to get a pencil sorted out, and that is not good. It affects the overall delivery of the lesson at the end of the day. I don't want you to down look on those things. So always check your child. Do you have all your writing materials and everything as recommended by the school for that the child needs to be in a class? Make sure they're always there. All the pencils should be there so that teachers don't call the explanations trying to get your child a pencil or a pen or looking for the notebook that they probably may have left at home. Another point is be involved. With kids, you really have to be involved in their learning. When they have home fun, get to know what the home fun is about. If you're not involved in your child's learning, you're gonna let them pass different stages of their learning without getting fully everything they need. Take, for instance, they learn a topic in class. The teacher has exhausted what she can offer on that topic. You may have some extra knowledge on that topic. That is not, maybe it may not even be academics, but something extra that you can add. When you're not involved, then your child may not have the opportunity to get everything that he or she needs. And this will in turn affect her learning. This will affect his learning. This will also limit it. Remember, the more you expose your child to things, the more advanced and opportunities, the more advantage your child also have. So be involved. Create a space specifically for their learning. Let there be a table. Well, they have a bed, yeah, they all sleep. But is there a bed for their reading? Is there a table for their reading? If there's no table for their reading, then you are taking something away from the kids. Let your child know that this is her reading table, and once it's time to go to the reading table, they are there to read, they are there to learn. So create some work very comfortable and convenient to do their home fun. Help your child as much as possible. Teach them new stuff that are related to even the things they've learned. Expand their knowledge, expand their brains as much as you possibly can. Be involved in their lesson and know what your child is learning at each stage in his or her class. And also, you can always let your child's teacher know the struggles you have with their academics at home. If your child is having any struggle at home that you just notice, you can tell the teacher. She may not have experienced that in school, or she may not be aware of it in school. You can tell her. It helps her to know what she really needs to work on in your child. And one thing I also want you to know is that children have a very high tendency to take instructions from their teacher. So when she knows this, she can find a way to sound it as an instruction to the child. Your child gets to learn what she needs to learn. Then finally, you will say thank you. Teachers are doing a lot. They are doing a lot. And what still they are not appreciated? They are not appreciated. So find time. Say thank you. You don't have to go to her to say thank you. You don't have to buy a gift to say thank you. As little as a text message will do. As little as a WhatsApp message will do. Try as much as possible to say thank you to your child's teacher. Whether or not you like it, she's doing a lot. Whether or not you're impressed with what she's doing a lot. Say thank you. And one thing I want you to know is when you say thank you to your child's teacher, there is something that happens. Subconsciously, of course, a teacher is not expected to work in favor of a child or just have a favorite child in the class. No, she's not expected to give a child all the attention. But your thank you is going to subconsciously affect the way she works with your child. I tell you, subconsciously, she won't know that she's trying to give your child the best, trying to make sure she's doing something that she doesn't know she's doing for your child because of thank you. So, and because people are not really doing it, when she gets it from you, she will just see herself trying to do so much more for your child. And also on the part where I say set goals, when you set goals for your child, it's good you also let the teacher know about the goals you've set. It's not necessary, but it's okay. Tell your child's teacher about the goals you have set for your child. It helps the teacher to work towards helping your child attain the goal. So at this point, I bet your child's going to be outstanding this term. She's going to be really, really outstanding. Just implement these things you've learned. You'll see how much your child will be really good. If you love this content, don't forget to give a thumbs up and, of course, subscribe.